Okay, we start by navigating to the defined project name tasks and the active projects folder. To create our project, we invoke the new project action. Here we enter the project code, which is the key used in the communication between the two software. We also add the project name, description, dates, and select the relevant vessel at the end. Great. Now, next step is to create the repair period, which corresponds to our project code. This happens under the defined repair periods task on the layup periods folder. We start by defining the repair period type. In our case, it's dry dock. And then we select the project code we created earlier. The dates and description are automatically filled based on our previous selection. After TA is finished rescheduling all activities which are marked as suspended when the vessel goes into dry dock, our repair period is ready. To create our job lists, we can either add individual jobs through the work plan folder action, which is available on the web and mobile clients, or massively via the assign jobs to repair period BDV. Let's explore the latter. The BDV is located on the layup job period work plan of the manage layup job lists folder. Here, the design contains two grids, the ship job list that you're seeing on the top, and the assigned job lists, which you see on the bottom. Since this screen contains the whole vessel's maintenance plan, we have a lot of built-in tools to simplify information retrieval and searching. As you can see there, I searched for a job filtering the component name. We also can group and reorder our columns to accommodate. We can also quick assign jobs based on their unscheduled or scheduled status up to a date. Hitting apply there will include all those jobs that I specified before on the assignment list. Okay, now the list is finalized. At this point, I can continue adding or removing jobs from the list, either using the BDV on the relevant web and mobile enabled actions. To showcase the web functionality, we will export the list from the web interface on the same folder. Okay, now jobs are over to VesselMan.
All right, so now we have received the imported jobs from Task Assistant. So here I have my small specification for this project. If I open number 6, index code 6, machinery main components, I see the 2 jobs that was imported over from Task Assistant. If I click on the pin in the corner here, I get to see the images and attachments or drawings, if there are any, coming from Task Assistant. And if I then click the job title, I would see the full job description. I will also see serial number and component name. I can also see a checklist if that is imported in from Task Assistant. And then if I click on the PMS tab, there I will see all the relevant information coming from the planned maintenance system. So now we fast forward past the quotations and yard selections and comparing the yard. So we're actually going into the stage of in repair, as I talked about earlier. So Here you can see the different 5 stages I talked about. So planning, specification, quotation, and now we're moving into in repair. So I've changed the phase to in repair in the overview here. And also all the updated relevant information will now be updated into the solution based on what the yard has come back with. So I have the repair period might be changed. We're now in the phase repair and the contracted numbers are now updated. So it's time to start tracking the work progress at the yard. So we're now going into doc, and I have gonna start with showing you how the mobile app is done. So here you have the 2 jobs that was imported from Task Assistant. First of all, I'm going to create a variation order because I want to add another job so you can see how that looks going back to Task Assistant later. So adding a new variation order, I need to fill in the job title and add a description for the job. So I'll add additional steel repair, ballast tank, and add the date when it's supposed to be handled, and I click save. And the variation order is now created. And going back, I have my specification ready to be worked on. So if I update and click follow up jobs on top there now, I will have my 2 imported jobs from Task Assistant. I will start working on propeller and shafting. I'll set this to 50%. And I'll add a comment because all these comments will be imported back into the project report in Task Assistant. I'll set it to a high priority and I click save. So now you can see that it's set to 50% completed. So now I have my newly created variation order that has been approved, and I have the 2 jobs imported from Task Assistant. I'm going back into propeller and shafting to also add attachments or images. So if I go to add attachments here, I could either take a picture with my camera or I can select from gallery. So now I'm going to select a picture from my gallery and I'll write a comment to that picture. And then I upload image. So that was successfully uploaded, and I will add another one because all these updates you can be completed offline and online. So say that you're at a yard in China with bad connectivity, for example, you can easily click on offline function and do all your updates, and it will be uploaded back into the solution. So now I can see all the attachments that I've added, and I can see the progress log that I have under, so it will always show whom did the last changes. And that is now set, I'm setting it to 100% completed because the job is now completed. I'll add a comment saying that the job is completed, and then I click save. So going back into, it says status done, going back here, I can see that my first import job from TA has been removed, and I have my variation order and the second imported job from TA. So now I'm going to do a fast completion by swiping left, which we all know from different dating apps, etc. So this is now completed, and I'll do a comment, and I click save. I will keep my variation order to 20% completed from, so I can handle that from the web browser. You can see how that is also being done. So moving into or back into the web browser, you can see that I still have my additional steel repair job to 20%. So I'll go to in progress there, change the in progress to done, and change the percentage to 100. And add a comment. So that's now updated. So now I can filter down to all my completed jobs. So I'll go to done. And then I can see that all my jobs are now 100% completed. So it's time. So if I click on propeller now, propeller and shafting, which was the first job, I can see the status update. The red text indicates that it's done from the app. I can see all the attachments that I did from my mobile app. And we're now ready to export the file that will be imported into Task Assistant. So I only go to admin and I initiate an export of jobs to Plan Maintenance System, and I start the export. And then we're back to Marius.
Okay, now in our part, while the specification was worked by Lene, we were able to monitor the specification status in Task Assistant, both on the desktop and web versions. Once the jobs are returned to TA, we are able to view them in the maintenance history folders as we would any other job, and also on the layup job reports. As you can see in the report, I can see the comments added in VesselMan under the work performed, and also who performed it and the date, as well as the attachments added. It's important to know here that the job completion is carried out the same way as all TA jobs, with the completion and all the metadata workflowed to the vessel to be kept as job history. Now, about the jobs that were created in VesselMan, they are displayed on the relevant folder. Here, I can add their data using the Add Job to TA action. The BDV that pops up has three areas. The top displays the job data as it came from VesselMan. Then we are asked to create a new scheduled job or use this job's data to complete more one or more TA jobs. If you choose to create an unscheduled job, you have to select a component from the tree. Switching over to the scheduled job completion, we are now presented with the ship's maintenance schedule, and I may select which jobs I want to complete. And of course, everything is workflowed to the vessel again.